than that, the only thing I really wanted to talk about, and we've talked about it briefly the past couple weeks, and it's basically the McCree name change. I kind of wanted to put something up to YouTube just because there seems to be there's always a lot of dumbasses out there, but with the McCree name change, there seems to be just a lot more dumbasses. They're like, hey, someone asked for a dumbass, and they jump on out. And it's like, no, like, we didn't ask for him, but, well, fuck, you're already here, so just say what you want to say and then get the fuck out. So, I'm going to do that, and just so I can, like, throw it on YouTube, even though we discussed it before. And basically, the idea is, one, I feel like this is because it's the associates that are doing it, I don't think it's leadership. This is the extent of their power, if you want to put it that way. Like, I don't know how many people are. I know my age range for my stream audience is a little bit higher, and I think a lot of you guys have been at a company and you've been an associate at a company where, like, something happens and you have very, very little power, and it almost seems petty to resist them in some sort of way. Like, oh, I'll just name this account something stupid, or I'll give this guy half the amount of fries because he's an asshole. Like, it feels petty, but at the same time, that's literally all you can do. And I think the people at Blizzard are just like, I can't imagine what it's like to come in at work and you're like, oh, I know this girl. This is Sarah. She's kind of a friend of mine. I know her at work. Oh yeah, I let her get harassed and she's feeling like shit because of it. And you have to go in every day and, like, you're walking down the hall and you're passing all these people and you're like, man, I could have helped out, but I didn't do shit. And I think there's a lot of guilt going on. And so this is the associates kind of just being like, guys, we can't do much, but let's do this. Who's Sarah? Yeah, she's gonna beat me tonight. Who are you talking about on stream? Sarah. Don't you dare say someone else.
I'm not like that at all. I am not
She's
like
not.
that at
She's
all.
not like that at all, guys. I gotta put this on YouTube, alright? She's not like that at all. Oh, whoa. She is like that, though. She's about to smack me. So, that's what I think. It's really just the people doing that. Two, what the fuck does it matter? People go, it doesn't matter if you change it, we're all going to refer to him as the same name. Okay, cool, that's great. But new players won't. And if it doesn't matter either way, then change it. Thirdly, if I can remember all of my points, at the most, they're just going to have to do more voices. That's the big thing. They're not going to, like, retcon fucking the animation that's like $100,000 to cast for like 10 seconds. They're not going to do that. But, like, you have the voice actors for Overwatch 2. Can you say a couple new lines? We're going to replace the McCree ones. And I guarantee all the voice actors probably are going to be like, of course, let's get rid of this reference. Especially the guy, I don't know him, I know he's popular, but the guy that actually voices McCree. Like, they're like, hey, do you want to do some new voice lines so we can get rid of, like, you referencing McCree or, this other stuff? I'm sure I don't think he's conflicted, but I'm sure he's at the point where it's like, man, they made my character into a rapist, and now that's my voice on this character. So he probably wants to do something. So I think everyone involved kind of really wants to do stuff, and if nothing else, the voice actors get paid more. Big fucking whoop. Like, cool. Good. In fact, I want the voice actors to get paid more. Make Blizzard pay a little bit more money. I don't give a damn. It's corporate cash. Get over it. Fourthly or fifthly, I lost count. They kind of reference McCree as a hero. Like, he does good things. And the real McCree has done horrible things. Like I said, he's part of the group that harassed a girl to death. I consider that murder. I know it's not murder, but I consider it if you make someone commit suicide. And basically raped women. So, do we want to have someone like this referred to in our community as a hero? I'm going to say no. So, that's that. I mean, basically the 6th point, wherever the fuck we're at now, it comes down to, are you supporting a rapist or are you not? Pick your battle. Like, we don't name heroes Hitler for a fucking reason now, right? Like, so, that's all good. And then lastly, for people who are like, and I really want to stress this because as an old man, I've actually seen this work. For people that say, I'm not going to refer to him as something different, cool. You don't have to. I have a verbatim example that worked in our society. Now, maybe all you people that live in other countries or other parts of America, you don't know about this. I only knew about this when I took like one of those accent tests. They're like, oh, I'll tell you where you live based on how you answer these questions. And it'll be like, what do you call like garbage, yada yada yada. But one of the ones was, what do you call the day before Halloween? Devil's Night. Of course. I was like, Devil's Night. Like, who the fuck doesn't call it whatever it is? Clearly, it's a day where you burn down abandoned buildings and you go off and you cause mischief. I quickly learned when I moved outside of Michigan, no one does that. That's a Detroit thing. The accent test, immediately, the test stopped. As soon as I did that, they go, you're from Detroit. And I was like, how'd they figure that out? The fuck's with that question? And I will just say this myself, I went out and I did terrible shit on Devil's Night. Because that's what you're supposed to do. We'd go out, we'd egg cars, we'd break windows. The funniest thing I did is that we would take pumpkins, and I lived near the Major Mile Road, we'd throw them in the middle of the fucking, basically highway, and cars would hit them. We would also take pumpkins that people didn't carve out, and we would chuck them at parked cars. And I remember because, like, we would just throw them around and just do general stupid stuff. And my buddy took a pumpkin this big, and he threw it in the air, and it landed on top of a Cadillac that was parked and, like, dented it. Look, at the time it was funny, and now I'm like, if anyone did this to me, I'd be so pissed. But another time he just took a pumpkin and just chucked it at the side of a parked car and put a big-ass dent in it. But yes, so Halloween Eve, Devil's Night, is what we did this for. This happened around middle school. When we were in high school, the community came out and they go, we're calling it Angel's Night now. And I was like, really? Like, that's really fucking dumb. No one's going to call it Angel's Night. In fact, I'm going to call it Devil's Night. Even here, right now, I call it Devil's Night still. And they kept on referring to it as Angel's Night. And you do good things. And everyone's like, this isn't going to work. Especially like we're high school kids. We're like, this is stupid. It's never going to work. I stand fucking corrected. I will say right now, I was completely wrong. I will still refer to it as Devil's Night, and everyone that I know, like at my age range, does. Everyone else knows it as Angel's Night, and no one does any of that horrible shit anymore. As the new children grew up, they only knew it as Angel's Night, and they only knew it to do good things. So for the last 10, 15 years, I think it's been a big turnaround in Detroit and the Detroit area. So I can tell you 100% for a fact, renaming something like this does make a difference. It made a difference in Michigan. It made a difference in Detroit, in the society of Detroit. So it's not like a small community. We're talking, I mean, Detroit's probably at, I don't know, I think it's like 700,000 people. If you include the entire area around Detroit that know about this, we're talking 3-4 million, something like that. So it worked on a societal level. So while a lot of people think this is not important and it's not going to work, and you're going to refer to it as McCree's from now on, go ahead. But for the future, this is actually very important, and it's probably going to work. So I just wanted to say that because, again, there's a lot of dumbasses. There's a lot of controversy that shouldn't really be there, and I'll throw it on YouTube. So I appreciate you guys for just, I don't know, fucking listening to me rant.